Look like Adam Silver has found himself in some serious hot water over the management of the WNBA, and is they faking?
So, Adam Silver just got his wake-up call, right? You don't ever play with Caitlin Clark's spotlight. What began as an easy, harmless interview exploded into a full-scale PR meltdown, forcing him to retreat faster than a ref reversing a blown call. Now the whispers say he's practically pleading with Caitlin to return after her record-breaking off-season deal sent shockwaves through the entire league. Makes you wonder, should the WNBA be apologizing to her or thanking her for keeping it alive? Seriously, Silver probably expected a calm week, a few harmless interviews, toss out some buzzwords about progress, and move along. Instead, he stepped straight into the biggest disaster the WNBA's faced this year. And honestly, mess sounds like a compliment compared to what went down the second he opened his mouth about Caitlin Clark. Everything crashed fast, turning what should have been a routine PR moment into a complete media explosion that no one in the WNBA saw coming. Silver didn't just misstep. He walked right into a storm built entirely around the one player he couldn't afford to underestimate. And now, instead of controlling the narrative, he's fighting to survive it. Things went downhill fast.
Stepped out and started talking about the crazy nonsense of a civil war that's going on between Iron Man or Iron Woman, Cathy Engelbert, and Captain America, Nafisa Clark.
Okay, so let's roll it back for a second. Adam Silver sat down with NBC News for what was meant to be a calm, polished chat about leadership and the league's so-called growth. You know, the classic PR script: progress, inclusion, buzzwords. But somewhere in that smooth talk, he decided to mention the WNBA's internal mess. And that's when he accidentally said the quiet part out loud. The WNBA doesn't just have money issues. It's got full-blown relationship drama. That line landed harder than a flagrant foul. Because let's be real, he just confirmed what fans have been screaming all season. The league is falling apart from the inside. And in seconds, social media went nuclear. Silver probably thought he was being transparent, but honesty in PR is like tossing a lit match into a fireworks factory. Players started side-eyeing him. Fans dragged him through timelines, and the internet crowned him the guy who finally admitted the WNBA's pure chaos. The crazy part? He wasn't even lying. The WNBA's got problems taller than Caitlin Clark's scoring average. Players call out refs every week, execs dodge interviews, and Cathy Engelbert is somewhere pretending everything's perfect. But the minute Silver mentioned relationship issues, people swore he threw Cathy straight under the bus. And honestly, they're not wrong. He sounded exactly like a boss realizing his manager broke the printer, but he's too scared to fire them. He praised Cathy's historic growth, then instantly added, "We still have relationship issues with players." So which is it, Adam? Record growth or total meltdown? You can't brag about rockets when your players are threatening lockouts online.
NBA Commissioner Adam Silver says Caitlin Clark has set the world on fire. Silver didn't reveal much about their brief conversation, but his admiration for Clark's achievements couldn't have been clearer. Speaking on FanDuel Sports Network, he said Caitlin Clark set the world on fire, not just this community. And it's easy to see why, from dominating college basketball at Iowa, where her famous number 22 jersey was retired, to becoming the first overall pick in the 2024 NBA draft, Clark has been on...
Now, before we dive into the apology mess, let's remember why Adam Silver's words hit such a nerve. Here's the truth. Caitlin Clark isn't just another athlete. Not even close. She's the heartbeat of the WNBA's mainstream spotlight right now. Every single time she steps on the court, ratings shoot up. Every time she opens her mouth, social media goes into meltdown mode. It's gotten so wild that if she so much as sneezes, the internet writes 10 think pieces before she even grabs a tissue.
Step down. I believe that's what should happen. Cathy needed to just walk away, going off into the sunset. Well, the half-bright sunset, I should say, because it ain't going to be a good goodbye. But I feel like at this point, she going to have to step down. Stephen A. Smith said it last week, and I'm saying it.
So when Adam Silver delivered his grand leadership speech and subtly downplayed Caitlin Clark's impact, fans instantly caught the shade. It was like watching him bite the very hand that's feeding his league fame. And honestly, they weren't wrong. Behind the curtain, Caitlin had just locked in another monster offseason deal rumored near $500,000 per event. She's basically minting cash without even lacing up. Meanwhile, the league's been scrambling to prove it could breathe without her. That's why Silver tried faking confidence, calling the league's progress a rocket trajectory. But come on, fans weren't buying that PR spin. The numbers just didn't match the brag. That same week, headlines claimed WNBA finals ratings had doubled. But conveniently, Nielsen switched up the way they count views, throwing in bars, airports, even random hotel TVs. Sure, the stats looked higher, but only because the math wore heels. Fans weren't fooled. They called it out instantly, accusing the league of cooking the books just to make Caitlin look less essential. Then came Silver's relationship issues remark, and boom, it exploded. Suddenly, it sounded like he was shielding Cathy Engelbert instead of backing his players, especially the one carrying those ratings. Within hours, hashtags flooded, apologize to Caitlin, fix the WNBA. Even casual fans jumped in. How do you brag about growth when your players don't even trust you? And they had a point. The players were done. Nneka Ogwumike called out leadership live, Sophie Cunningham teased a lockout, and Candace Parker joked that Adam Silver texts her more than her own commissioner. That one stung hard. On her podcast, Candace revealed Adam personally congratulated her on her baby, her retirement, and her Amazon deal. But from Cathy Engelbert? Nothing but silence. That echo? That's the league's credibility collapsing. Even Sabrina Ionescu admitted she's closer to Adam than Cathy, which should never even happen. So by the time Silver pushed his growth speech, fans had already seen through the polished grin. Then came the viral moment, him admitting the problems were personal. Translation? Everyone backstage low-key hates each other. It's like watching a fake family dinner where everyone's smiling, but the kids are tossing food under the table, chaos everywhere. And just when you think Adam Silver can't dig deeper, he drops Caitlin Clark's name again. He tried to play it neutral, but every word screamed he was pretending she's not single-handedly keeping the league alive. The internet did not let that slide. Comments poured in, "Bro, beg Caitlin Clark to come back! She is your ratings." Without her, those arenas turn into echo chambers. Adam Silver bragging about historic growth without mentioning Caitlin is like pretending Taylor Swift didn't sell out her own tour. It got brutal fast. The wild part? Silver knows he blew it. He's one of the most polished commissioners in sports. Rookie PR fumbles aren't his thing. But this one, oh yeah, he tripped hard. Insiders say he's been in full damage control mode, secretly calling Caitlin's reps to smooth things over. Translation apology tour. Apparently, he claimed his words were taken out of context and that he deeply values what she's done for the game. He even hinted at bringing her into league decisions. Basically, he's begging her not to pull a Tom Brady, ditch the court and go media full-time. Because, let's be honest, with her off-season money, Caitlin doesn't need the WNBA. She's got Nike, Gatorade, State Farm, and more. Her speaking gigs alone crush her entire season salary. She could chill for a year and still cash millions. That's what's terrifying the league. If she steps back even for a minute, that's game over. Attendance drops, merch tanks, ratings nosedive. She's not just a player. She's their marketing team, PR arm, and fan base all in one. So yeah, when people say Adam Silver is apologizing, they mean it. He's not on camera groveling, but behind the scenes. Total panic mode. And that's wild, because it's supposed to be the other way around. The league's meant to hold power, not one player. But that's how massive Caitlin Clark is now. She's turned the WNBA